any first date pointers? What specific questions to ask for a serious, committed relationship? I have a tendency to attract liars, cheaters, and F boys. Well, Andrea, here's what you want to do, right? I've talked a lot about this idea of words and actions being in alignment today, which is a very important thing, right? It's very, very important. And there's a third component to this words and actions being in alignment thing, and that's consistency. It's consistency over time. And so, first dates, what you want to do on a first date, sure, you can ask, hey, what are you looking for, and all that kind of stuff. And if you're coming from a dating app, you can actually ask that on the app. Say, hey, what are you looking for on here? And that can tell you a lot of information, whether you even want to meet up with this guy or not, right? Because if he says that we had a woman actually in the community the other day who was talking to this guy on an app, and she asked this question, like I suggested, what are you looking for on here? And he's like, oh, well, I'm just, he said that he was looking for something casual. And then she's like, still trying to have this conversation with him. And it's like, no, if he says he's looking for something casual, that's when you go, oh, okay, well, good luck in your search. And then you block him or unmatch him and move on to other guys who are actually looking for something real, or at the very least, not really sure about it. Right? Because if he's not really sure, if he's like, yeah, I'm just dating around right now and I'm trying to figure out things, you can date him, but you don't want to take him seriously until he knows that he wants something real. Does that make sense? And for the first date, what you want to do is you just want to enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy yourself on the first date. The first date shouldn't be this serious thing where you're asking specific questions about serious committed relationships. That's not when you ask those questions, right? That is not when you ask those questions. You might want to ask a question around that, like I said, on the dating app. However, when you're in person, you want to be fun. You want to be playful. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to build a connection. You want to connect with him. And then you can start talking about those things on other dates. And you don't want to hook up with a guy for the first few dates, at the very least, right? It's a huge common mistake that a lot of women, especially in the West, make a lot of times, because are there women who have hooked up with a guy on a first date and they got married? Yes. Are you more likely to get struck by lightning? Probably. And so you don't want to hook up with guys on the first few dates at all. Just wait, right? You want to learn about who this human is. You want to find out who they are. You want to know what their personality and their character's like, so you don't end up getting overly attached to some dude who is got a bunch of crazy things going on. Does that make sense, Andrea? So the first date is not about screening questions. You can ask those questions, but you want the first date really to be about fun and playfulness and connection and seeing if you guys are really right for each other from that standpoint. And if you're not, then you already know, and you want to look for consistency over time.